Okay, so in this video, I am going to show you how I'm planning to make £10,000 in one day. I've written everything out step by step, and the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I genuinely want you to go and do something in whatever you specialize in. So for example, if you're a personal branding expert, social media expert, personal trainer, whatever you are, you can do exactly the same thing. So let's get into it. So let me give you a story before I start. So at the start of the year, I done a TEDx. Most of you will know that, follow me, and if you don't know, you can just find it on YouTube, right? Now, in preparation for TEDx, I attended a few workshops. I had a coach who was preparing me to do TEDx, right? After my TEDx, I went down the rabbit hole, done some market research, and realized that in Manchester, where I am, there is nobody that does workshop and events on public speaking on a regular basis to help business owners like me and you who maybe want to become TEDx speakers. Maybe we want a career out of this. Maybe we just want to become more confident when it comes to presenting or leading large teams, whatever it may be, right? So I went down the rabbit hole to do some market research that, oh, what if I done regular workshops for business owners, CEOs, managers, founders in Manchester? Will that work? Right? And I realized there was a huge gap in the market because the people that are doing it are firstly on the outskirts of Manchester. Then there is a few maybe Toastmasters. Then there is another one that's related to Manchester Chambers or something, but it's nobody that is doing it the way I would do it in my style, right? So I went down done some market research first and realized, oh, well, guess what? There is a huge gap in the market. So the second thing what I done was I got in touch with the person who helped me prepare, one of the people who helped me prepare for the TEDx. I got in touch with him and he's based in London. I said, listen, do you fancy doing a collaboration? Right? And he said, yeah, of course. He goes, what is it about? So I said, come and see me in Manchester. So he came and seen me in Manchester like months ago. So we sat down and we kind of had a brainstorm, right? And I said, listen, what you're doing in London, why don't you do that in Manchester? I'll help you market it. And, you know, on the business side, you already have an offer, right, which you've put together. We'll tweak it up a little bit. We'll tailor it to the right person. And let's do it in Manchester and let's see how it goes. So we went into planning mode, a discussion mode, brainstorm. And when we had that brainstorm over 2 meetings, it was literally 2 meetings, right? And the model I changed was the people they attract in London are business owners, CEOs, founders, but also like your normal person who has a 9-to-5 job, right? The difference here is I said, look, no, let's just target business owners, founders, and CEOs, right? Why did I say that? Because I know they have money, right? So I was already thinking down the line and I said, look, you have a great offer already, right? It's got immense value in there. It's no way people are not going to take this, right? So the first thing I done was I done market research and realized there was a gap in the market. The second thing was I got in touch with somebody who already had an offer and said, let's do a collaboration. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because maybe you are someone who specializes in what you do and you maybe don't have an offer. Well, guess what? You can find somebody else that has an offer, do a collaboration with them. Or if you feel like you have an offer and you want to do this by yourself, then you can do this by yourself too. So he had an offer, decided to do the collaboration, right? We decided on who we were going to target. So what sort of clients we was going to have. We're going to be business owners, CEOs, and founders. Why? Because they have money. Okay. Then the third thing, what we decided to do was decide on a time and date. So I chose the first weekend of the month. Why? Because I know everybody gets paid on the last weekend of the month, and everybody will have money to spend. Right. So it was a whole strategy behind that too. Right. So we chose the time, we chose the date. Then I went on to go and find venues. So we found location. I also made sure that the venue that we choose was going to be 5-star. Now, I'm also going to break down the cost to you, right? Exactly what this cost. Then once all this was done, okay, so the next thing I done was I created a thumbnail. Well, I didn't create it. I outsourced it to somebody else to create me thumbnail. Then I done the copy that attracts the right person, right? Then I ran ads. Simple. Now, I done this. So remember, all this took, so 6 weeks out. It took 2 weeks to plan this. Then from 4 weeks to this event, we started running the ads, right? Now, when I started running the ads, I just thought we'll put £20 behind it, right? So I don't put £20 behind it. And after spending £386, I had 115 leads. I'm giving you a breakdown here, exactly what's happened up until now. So spent £386, which bought in 115 leads. So the next thing, and this was last week, so 10 days out, 10 days out from the event, we had 115 leads, right? So what I decided to do at this point was, I thought, let me pause the ads. So I paused the ads and I rang every single person, 115 people, right? And I think it was about 25 that said they can't make it. That's left with 80 people. 80 people said to me they're coming, right? Now remember, initially when we had done some market research, when we wasn't expecting more than 20 people. Not only that, the funny thing is the venue, the maximum capacity at the venue is 50 people. So when I rang every single person, 80 people, every single person said they're coming. I was like, whoa, 1 second. I was already overwhelmed by this at this point. So I rang the person I was doing collaboration with. I rang 80 people. Every single person said they're coming. I think we should stop the ads. I don't think we should spend more money. Now, some people could have got greedy at that point and said, no, let's just spend and bring another people in. I don't want to do that, because the whole point here is that to give the people that come great service, give them great value, and make sure we look after them, right? So I rang every single person, 80 people, every single person said they're coming, right? So I said, that's fine. It's 10 days out. If you change your mind, please do let me know, because we have limited availability. And if you can't make it, I need to give the seat to somebody else, so I need to know, right? So I then got in touch with the hotel. I said, listen, in case we need another 30 seats, can you sort that out for us? And I said, yes, we can, but it's going to be extra charge, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I sorted all that out. Then, as we are getting closer now to the event, because tomorrow is the event, I got in touch with everybody again, and 40% of them can't make it, right? Which we knew, because everybody that signs up can't make it. People have other plans, whatever, right? So tomorrow, let's see how many people show up. And this is how we're planning to make the 10K. So now that you know the steps, so the offer that he has is £500, right? And what we are planning to do is, where's my calculator? Okay, so the offer he has is £500. Even if 40 people show up and we convert at 50%, which is 20 people. Now, if 20 people buy the £500 offer, that's £10,000. So that's how I plan to make £10,000 in one day. Why am I sharing this with you? A few things. Now, firstly, on the next week video, I'm going to show you exactly how many people showed up, show you camera footage of how many people there was, how many people purchased, did we go over that number, was we shooting too high, did we make less money, what happened exactly. I will tell you on next Friday. I can't tell you obviously because this video is going out in a few hours, right? So tomorrow we're going to record it and I'm going to show you next Friday exactly what happened. So look, you can do the exact same thing with what you specialize in. Obviously, number one, you have to make sure that you have an offer, right? If you don't have an offer, then obviously it's going to be a little bit hard for you, right? The second thing, you also need to make sure that offer has been working somewhere else, because this has already been proven is working in London, right? So if it's working in London, it has to work in Manchester, right? Also, you have to be qualified in what you teach, right? So I'm a TEDx speaker, he's a TEDx speaker. Now, I've done a lot of public speaking, he's done a lot of public speaking. I've spent around £10,000 educating myself on different techniques and skills on public speaking, and so has he, right? And also, like, I've been involved in business for a long time, so like I know how to speak and I know I can help someone. So yeah, that's how exactly what we've done. Let me share with you some numbers. How much has it cost up until now? So the hotel has cost up until now 600 plus 386 for ads, right? Plus I will say I've got a helper who's helping me out, gonna pay her 60. Plus I've got a videographer, let's just say 100. So far it's cost 386 plus 60 plus 600 plus 100. Okay, so far this has cost £1,146, right? Let's see what we get back. I'll see you in part 2.